Hello, I'm Pearl, and I think this is a really important video for me to be doing right now. And it's something that's come up this week. And, we have a global crisis, and sometimes things seem quite minor, irritations, things like that. And we bat them away like flies, and we say, no, da, da, da. And then the next day it happens again, and it happens again. And at a certain point, I think we need to take action. We need to do something about a problem that is there and exists, and stop just trying to get by and get along with it. And so that is why I felt the need to do this video about why we need to stop asking the healers in our society to work for free. Now, this is controversial, but it shouldn't be. It really shouldn't be. And I think this is one of the things that we have to approach at the moment, and it's a shift of our mindset. And I know that some people are going to watch this and they want to come and disagree with me. So please, I would ask you, if you want to watch this, please watch it. Please listen to what I have to say instead of coming on here to be negative, because I've been shocked at the negativity and the abuse I've received on Facebook. I suppose it shouldn't be, because there's a lot of trolling on Facebook and Twitter and things like that. But it's kind of, I found it shocking that people could be so negative and hurtful. And but then I don't find it shocking, because at the same time I think this touches a nerve for so many people, and I want to talk about that because I want to help those people who are abusive if they want the help. If they don't want the help, fine. So anyway, the thing that I want to talk about is and also what it is I've had people who are very close to me telling me that I shouldn't be charging for my classes, my online classes. And I am offended by that. And I'm hurt. I am hurt. And I'll explain to you why very shortly. And I'm also kind of confused, because I set out, when I decided to do online classes, my first thing that I thought was, I'm going to do pay what you can, when you can. So I'm saying, if somebody has a financial difficulty, they can do the class for free, and then even pay me later if they can. And none of my potential customers have said to me, I don't want to pay. They've said to me, how much is it? They've said to me, we want to support you. They've said to me, we don't want to see you go under. Now, this isn't my business at the moment, because this was my business a few years ago. And I've been doing other things in the meantime. I've been coaching people on how to do their books. But because of the crisis at the moment, the idea that I can jump in and help people by doing online Zumba Gold classes, or even then somebody said to me, well, if you're doing that, can you do meditation as well? Yes, I can. Can you do your book thing online for a group? Yes, I can. And I'm going to do all those things. And I'm working flat out to the point of exhaustion several times this week to prepare and to train, to understand video online classes, to get my music started, to make sure I've got the most positive playlist to cheer everybody up and make everybody feel good. And I'm wasting my time by going online and trying to defend my approach, my attitude, but not just to defend mine, to stick up for other people who are being told that they cannot charge for their classes, which again I find offensive, rude. And above all, it's like, you don't understand. And so, yeah, sorry if this is a bit emotive, but I teach people about anger. I teach people about fear. And one of the things I teach is that if you're feeling angry, you need to examine the anger and look into it. Understand the anger. Don't try and repress. And it's important that if we feel angry with somebody, or if somebody's pushed our buttons, or if we're feeling resentment, that we have to deal with it, not just try and push it down. One of the biggest things that divorce lawyers and therapists and coaches say is that when they get two people together and one has said, I want to have a divorce, the other person is like going, I didn't even know you weren't happy. So it's really important that we try to communicate things early on before they become bigger and bigger. So here we are, and we have a global crisis, and I want to do everything I can to jump in and deliver everything I can that I've learned over the last few years. I've spent 6 years teaching Zumba full time. That was my full time job. And then the next few years I spent traveling around the world learning from like Buddhist monks in caves. I mean, literally going into caves with Buddhist monks and stuff like that. And learning everything I possibly can about the human condition and life itself. I said I feel like I've done a PhD on life in the last couple of years. And also something really amazing that I learned watching Aztec dancers after all the time of doing Zumba. And I remember I saw this Aztec dancer on New Year in Mexico, and I saw this dancer and I was like, I want to learn to dance like that. I want to learn to dance like that. And I couldn't figure out what it was that made this person special. And way down the line, I looked back and I realised that what it wasn't what she was dancing with, it was what she was dancing without. And she was dancing without fear. And that's how I felt when somebody said to me, you can do online Zumba classes. I didn't have any fear. I had complete peace because I knew what I was supposed to be doing. I knew who I was supposed to be serving. And that was so great. And I knew I had some logistics to work out. I knew I had some things to figure out. I knew I had to learn my classes and my moves and my choreography. And I had to figure out how to move the furniture around so that you could see me in the living room. And I needed to do all those things. I did not anticipate people getting in my business. I did not anticipate people trying to use their fear. And I think it is their fear. And it's weird because it's like people saying to me that I shouldn't charge other people. So they're not my customers. They're not fitness instructors. But having said that, I've got most negativity from other fitness instructors. And I think that's about them feeling that this is what they have to do or whatever. And that's, that's their deal. I don't really, you do you, that's fine, But one of the reasons, so obviously there are two main reasons why I think we need to be sure that we're not abusing healers, whether they're fitness instructors or yoga instructors or anybody else, or meditation teachers or anybody who's kind of helping us out at the moment. Because they're here, we are all here to heal the world. We're all here to support and to deliver and to serve, and that's what we do. But just because we're delivering at home, it doesn't mean you don't need to pay us. That's like all the shops that are now going, right, look, you guys are having difficulty. Covent Garden, New Covent Garden in London, people don't feel that they can come and buy fruit and veg. So they're delivering it. But they're not saying, right, we're just going to give it away for free. They're saying, look, we will help. We will bring it to your door. We will get it to you. But you're not, and I think the thing is this has been the case for fitness professionals for a long time, that we are not, teachers, and we're not part of the medical establishment. We're in the middle. We're here for you every day. We're here for you every week, every month. We're the cleaners. We come around every week and we do this and we're like there for you all the time. And people don't realise that they go on holiday and we teach. And I did this for a long time. I taught empty classes during the summer holidays until I realised I had to close at the summer because I was losing too much money. And I would always have people saying, please, can you keep classes open? And I was like, well, I can't, because I just can't afford to. I literally cannot afford to do that. And so I need to tell you, so yeah, we have that. And I was like, why do you think that because we are healers, we shouldn't be charging? And I think, I would ask this question of anybody who's saying this right now. Please think about what you're asking. You're saying, we need you right now, but because we need you, we don't want to pay for you. Are we saying that to people who are going out and serving in other areas? You even give a donation when you go to church. And it's sort of like, pushing the responsibility on some other, it's kind of like, because we serve, it's like, somehow magically we can live on thin air. And it doesn't work like that. And one of the things I would say, one of the things I learned that was so important, and it's really weird because it's why I do my Instagram once a day, and I try and do my Instagram once a day, is that for me, that's trying to serve people by giving them something that seems like the right thing to deliver every day. And when I was in Thailand, there's the orange monks, you know, the orange robed monks, the Theravada monks. And one of the really, really important things about their practice, and this is so valuable, and it's not like other Buddhist communities, like say the Bhutanese, they go and they have this sort of, you know, go and live in a cave for a while. But the Theravada monks, every single day, they come into the community and they beg for alms, they take alms. Now, no matter how senior they are, they go to the king gives them alms. Alms means, you know, a donation. And there's two things, and one is that connection every day with the spiritual community and the day-to-day, the marketplace, and the, you know, whether it's the king, whether it's the, you know, the fishmonger, it doesn't matter. And it's saying, you know, every day it's important for the monks to realize that they serve the whole community, so that they're not up in cloud cuckoo land and they're not living on thin air. They come down and they take alms, and they take pennies, they take food, they take whatever. And every day they do that so that they're connected, and that it's very, very clear in part of their practice that they understand that it's their job to serve the community. And that's their job. And that is the same for anybody who is a spiritual healer, a physical healer. I mean, it's all mind, body, spirit. It's all connected. But when we work to serve people, to support their health, whether it's mental health, whether we separate it out, it's all connected. One thing we are doing, and I really wish people recognize this right now, is our job is to support everybody and to keep people healthy so that we also alleviate any struggles that the NHS are having, that the medical professionals are having. We want to support, we can support 10, 100,000 people so that they don't then end up in hospital or having to call 111. You know, we can do that, and we are so amazing that we can do that in this way, and being able to serve so many people at once is so incredible. And we're going to do it. We need to do it. We need to get out there and we need to serve as many people as possibly can. And that's so important. We need to be doing it. If that's who we are and what we do, we need to do the best that we can and get out there and help people. If I was a baker, I'd be baking bread. But I'm not a baker. I'm a fitness instructor. It's what I do. I'm a meditation teacher. I'm a shaman. I'm a coach for publishing. And I'm going to do all those things with great, great love. Okay, so I don't want to make you feel bad, but I'm going to tell you some stories. I really hope this helps. So a lot of you who know me will know that about 18 years ago, I gave my brother a kidney. And I was in a temp job. And they were very kind about giving me time off for tests and to go to the doctors and to do all that. But I didn't get paid for those hours. And I did not get supported, and they couldn't keep my job open when I went to give my brother a kidney. So I lost my job. And we want to give everything that we can, and we want to give everything that we are. And we want to give from our hearts, and we want to give everything. But sometimes when we do that, there is no support for us. And I took out loans. And luckily, at the last minute, just before I was about to go into hospital, the NHS offered to give me enough money to live on for about 8 weeks to cover me. And they matched my salary from the year before. It wasn't means tested. They just said, here's your salary for 8 weeks ago, for what you would have earned 8 weeks last year, to get you through this time. And it was still hard, because when I had finished that 8 weeks, I still didn't have a job, you know, and it's hard to get a job when you've got to take an awful lot of painkillers. But I learned and I grew, and it was I never regret that time, because it taught me so many things. But when the NHS reached out and said, would you like some money? I said yes. I said, yes, please. I said, yes, please, thank you very much. I'll take that money, because then I can afford to eat and I can pay my mortgage. And then I can just focus on the day-to-day of getting well and getting back to some kind of health. And I wish I could tell you that is the last time in my life that I gave everything that I had, that I gave too much. And then you look around when you've done that and you say, where's the support? You know, where's the support for everything that I've put into this? And I went through a really hard time last year and the year before because I was trying to help. And in the end, I had to go and ask for help, financial help, because I couldn't get by without asking for help. And so I have been down a long road, very, very long road. And I'm so grateful to all the people of my classes for about 6 years who paid me. And I work with people in wheelchairs, I work with blind people, deaf people, people with Alzheimer's, people with multiple sclerosis. And they've always honoured me and been very happy to pay, and even paid me tips and things like that because they appreciated the work. And just because I'm going online doesn't mean I'm not serving those same people. And it is human to human, it is person to person. And I take every class I do very seriously, and I hope that I treat, and I hope to treat, every single person who comes into an online class with the same love and respect and honour that I did when I was teaching real life classes. And in all that time, I taught individuals, I taught in the poorest places in England and the richest places, and I never had a single person come into my class and not respect that and not pay me. They sometimes gave me an IOU and then they came back and paid me later. And I have no problem with that. But I am so happy that I had that experience and that I trusted people and I trusted individuals, and we never had any tickets or wristbands, or, you know, it was literally, I just said to people, and, you know, please make sure you pay me. And people sometimes come back and say, I forgot to pay you last week, I'm really sorry, and here you go. But nobody ever intentionally didn't pay me. It's a different story if you talk about all the other people, all the businesses I worked for and the organisations I worked for. That's a different story, because I think I didn't charge enough money for them to take me seriously. So they would kind of like forget about my invoice, you know. And I think a lot of small businesses and freelancers will understand where I'm coming from. So yeah, that's quite a full story. And I think this is the video I'll be sending to anybody who tries to tell me I shouldn't be charging for my classes. And I hope, you know, you can see where some of that pain and anger comes from really difficult times that I've had in my life. And also not wanting to spend now worrying about this kind of thing. We shouldn't be worrying about money, but we should be sharing with each other. We should be giving what we can. And, you know, a lot of people will be saying, how much are you charging for this class that you're talking about? I'm like, well, £5, $5, you know, and you'll be like, really, this much drama over $5 or £5? And I know how much £5 is. You know, I've been down to my last penny, like, more times than I want to even think about, you know, and I don't want to go there again because I want to just get on with teaching. This is it, I'm dedicating it now and I'm letting this go, and this is my response to anybody, because I don't have the time and the energy to deal with this anymore. And if I hadn't had somebody very close to me say something yesterday, I wouldn't be doing this video. But I really hope that maybe if I do this, it will help other people. And really, if you are out there and you have any skill, any talent, do it, get out there. A lot of charities are having to cancel their activities right now. So please, if you're a charity and you want some help in this area, please use my classes, that's great. But then use the money that you saved on cancelling your classes and give me some cash. Otherwise, I'm going to be on the street next year. And you'll be going, oh, that person's drunk and that person's sitting there being poor. And you're like, yeah, because nobody paid me. And I wish I could tell you, you know, I really wish like me being poor was to do with me doing stupid things. You know, I've done a lot of stupid things and I've spent money on a lot of stupid things, but that was never why I was poor. I was always poor because I was helping people, you know, giving kidneys and stuff like that. As you do. So yeah, anyway, that's that part of things. And I'm just going to close. I was looking for my watch earlier. It took me ages to walk around. And where was my watch? My watch was on my wrist. You know, sometimes you look for your glasses, they're on your head. Right now, if you are looking for a solution in your life, and I'm saying this mainly to healers, fitness instructors, but anyone else, what am I going to do for money? And the answer is there. It's right on your head. It's on there. This is so obvious. You know, how do I help myself in this situation? I help myself by helping others. And there is nothing shameful about me asking for people for donations, to pay for a class, for anything like that at all. Money, the exchange of energy for money is something that, you know, if you go to a monastery, please give the monks some money. If you go to a meditation class, if you work with any shamans around the world, I have tons of books online for free. I have tons of videos online for free. If you want to go and make the most of them, please go do that. You know, that's fine. I give away loads of stuff all the time. So please don't ask me to give anymore because I've only got one kidney left. You can't have it. And I'm not sure you really want the lungs, you know. So theoretically, you can have a bit of liver, you know, if you want it. No, you can't. You really can't. I'm not going to give anyone my liver. Sorry, that's, yeah. It's weird and random, the things I say, right? Yeah, okay. So this is the last bit. This is the last bit, and what I'm going to say is, this is the story. If you want to read my book, Fear of Success, this is what I'm talking about. It's about sometimes the fear of success is we don't step in and deliver and do what we can and be who we are because we're worried about all the negativity that comes along with that. And for me, that negativity this week is about people saying, yeah, go be a great Zumba instructor and do this, that, but do it for free. And it's impossible. It is impossible for me to do that and keep body and spirit together. So I'm not going to do it. But this is the last sort of chapter of the book. So if you want to read my book, Pearl Escapes Fear of Success, maybe you say goodbye now and read it because it's probably better when you read it. Okay, but if you're not, I'll tell you the ending anyway. But okay, if you're going to go, bye-bye. Okay, so for those of you who want to stay, fear of success. And this is a story I tell, and this is so true. And it's the story of the helicopter, if you've not heard of this. And I'm always telling this to spiritual people and people who are studying to be shamans and things like that. And the question of like, well, what do I do? So the story is there's a man of God or a woman of God or whatever you want. And there's a great flood. And so he's great. I'm going to call him a he. So he goes up and he's like getting all the people together and he's rescuing babies and children. He's doing this and he's getting them all up the ladder and they're finally on top of the building and they're all there and they're all waiting as the water rises and they're like, oh, what are we going to do? And he says, please, please, please help me to help these people and help us get out of this situation. And so a little rowboat comes along and he goes, this is great. And he helps all the people into the rowboat and that's great. And they say, right, come on, get in. He goes, no. You take the rowboat and you go and save more people. I'll be all right. God will look after me. God will take care of me. And they go. And the next thing you know, like a speedboat comes along. It's like, comes along and they go, come on, jump in. He goes, no. He goes, God will save me. You go and take care of everybody else. I'm fine. God will look after me. Goes off. He sits there and he gets really cold and he gets really damp. But then a helicopter comes and they roll down the ladder and they say, come on, we'll help you. And he goes, no, save everyone. There's other people out there. You save them. And they go, oh, all right, fair enough. And he's sitting there and it's getting darker and darker and darker. And he says, oh, God, why have you forsaken me? And then he dies. And then he goes up to heaven and there's God and he says, I don't understand. He goes, I've helped all these people. I've helped all these thousands and thousands of people. I've served you my whole life, done everything. And he said, and so there I was and I was praying to you and I was asking you and you just, how could you let that happen to me? And God's there going, oh no. He goes, He goes, but I don't understand either. He goes, I sent you a rowboat, then I sent you a speedboat, and then I sent you a helicopter. So I say to you right now, fitness instructors, Zumba instructors, yoga instructors, meditation teachers, do your thing. Be out there. And I'm not even kidding. I'm not kidding. Serve. Just serve. You know, one of the best prayers I've ever done is, and actually it used to be, you know, what can I give? Please tell me, what can I give? And I changed it. Or I think my sister told me this, and I changed it, and it goes like this. It's not that. I don't pray like that anymore. Changed it. It's like, how can I serve? And sometimes the answer to that is go and have a rest. And sometimes the answer to that is go and write a book. And sometimes the answer to that is go and teach a class. And sometimes the answer to that is go and hang out with your family. And sometimes the answer to that is go for a walk along the beach. And sometimes the answer to that is go and deal with your finances. So I'm not telling you what to think or how to pray. But if you're asking that question, or really the statement that I'm making is why we should not be asking healers in our society to work for free. As soon as the government would like to fund us, you could have my services for free. But the police are not free. The army's not free. None of our emergency services are free. Okay? So please don't put us in that boat when we don't have a boat. You know, we all need a boat. We all need a rowboat. We all need a life raft. We all need a helicopter. And I think the thing is, the people who know me and my customers understand that, and they understand where I'm coming from. So if you don't feel compatible with me, that's fine. Find an instructor that serves you. Find the right person for you. There are so many people around the world, and I think the thing is that we just need to get on with it now. You know, to get on and serve. And I don't want to be distracted by this. So that's it. I'm not going to talk about it. This is my link. And I think I'll probably just disable the comments on this because I can't be bothered, really. So, and I really, really hope that this encourages other fitness professionals to get out there and to do their thing without shame, without arguing about money, and just get on and do our job. Because this is our job and this is our time to get out there and help as many people as we possibly can. And we'll just get on with it. Okay? So if you want to join us, please do come along and join us. Okay?